I've been holding on to something for a few weeks now. I need to talk to you about the future. I'm always open to the truth. What's on your mind? Before the wedding, I want us to have a prenup. I actually think that's smart. A fair agreement protects the integrity of both people. Logic is always a better foundation than luck. Really? You aren't defensive? Why would I be defensive against a tool for clarity? I'm on board with the principle. Good, because I already had one drawn up. This is exhaustive, Priya. It's a very detailed map of my life, my business, my intellectual property, even the appreciation on assets I owned long before I met you. But I'm looking at the sections for your interests. They're blank. I make less than you. The agreement just reflects the reality of the situation. No, an agreement that only protects one side isn't a contract. It's a liquidation strategy. Priya, look at me. Who actually wrote this? I did, with some help. I know your voice. I know the words you use when we're dreaming together. This is the cold, sharp language of someone who has spent years inside a divorce court. You didn't bring security into this house tonight. You brought a Trojan horse. She was protecting me. She watched my father take everything from her. She doesn't want me to end up a victim. And in trying to keep you from being a victim, she's turning you into an aggressor. I'm not your father, Priya, but tonight you decided to treat me like a defendant. You're overreacting. It's just a legal precaution. It's a confession. For 21 days, you've looked me in the eye and planned a life with me, all while carrying a hidden weapon designed by a woman who views men as the enemy. You let a third person sit at our table without my permission. I was just scared. Love doesn't protect people. I've seen that. I needed to know I was safe. Safety is a feeling you grow inside yourself. If you need a legal trap to feel safe, you'll never actually be secure. You'll just be in control. And control is a drug that always needs a higher dose. You've let her bitterness become your blueprint. So, what happens to the wedding? The wedding is a ceremony of loyalty, but tonight your loyalty is at your mother's house. So that's where you need to be. You're putting me out over a document. I'm giving you the gift of silence. I want you to hear your own heart without her trauma screaming in your ear. I'm not losing a wife tonight, I'm removing a spy. You're being selfish. I've spent months planning this. The venue, the flowers, the dress. I've put everything into this. You're confusing a party with a marriage. You worked on a one-day celebration. I worked for a decade to build this stability. I will not trade 10 years of sweat for a single day of performance. If you loved me, you wouldn't care about the money. If the money doesn't matter, Priya, then why did you bring a weapon to claim it? If love means letting you control me, then my soul becomes a slave. I don't negotiate with my own freedom. I watched her give everything to a marriage and walk away with nothing at 52. Love didn't protect her. Love is a feeling. Loyalty is an action. And tonight, your action was a betrayal. Priya, you have 10 minutes. What, 10 minutes? Pack what you need. Go to her house. The woman who built that document. The one whose fear you're wearing like a second skin. Go live in her reality for a while. And if I go, what happens to us? That depends on who comes back. If it's the woman I propose to, we talk. If it's her representative, I'll hold the door open for you myself. I can't believe you're doing this. The clock is ticking on a life you haven't even claimed yet. 10 minutes, Priya. I love you. I know. But right now, love isn't the question. Loyalty is. And tonight, yours was somewhere else. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Priya didn't bring me a contract tonight. She brought me the color of her mother's soul. And I realized if I signed that paper, I was agreeing to a marriage where I was always the enemy. Most of you are negotiating with people who have already decided you're the villain. You think if you just compromise a little more, sign one more paper, they'll finally trust you. They won't. You can't fix someone else's trauma with your own submission. I didn't send her away to be cruel. I sent her away so she could decide who she actually is. because a partner who carries someone else's weapon is a partner you can never truly turn your back on. Stop building houses on other people's bitterness. Start asking whose house you're actually building, because if you don't own the foundation, you'll never own the future.